beer, it's good for you.
Hello and welcome to the video. Within this video we'll be looking at 4 very different types of yeast and enzyme based products that are part of a new range from Fermentis that is known as All-in-One. This is especially exciting as this new brand has been created for homebrewers in order to give them easy access and application to the same tools used by commercial brewers to create interesting effects within beer that goes beyond just simply yeast. Here is a quick look at the sachets for these new products, and as you can see they are far larger than a regular sachet of yeast, and for good reason. Each of these contains an equal blend in weight of yeast and enzymes that make up 25 grams in a sachet. In imperial measurements this equates to 0.88 ounces. At the time of making this video in February 2024, Fermentis is the only company producing yeast and enzyme blends, making these very unique as well as innovative. I feel in my heart of hearts that there will be at least 1 or 2 of these new blends that will appeal to the average homebrewer, as these blends suit various types of beer styles from lager to IPA. So let's now take a deeper look at each of these so that we can understand where they will be useful. LD20 is intended for lager yeast-based styles including session lagers and cold IPAs, where you are looking for a very crisp, dry end result. The blend contained in the sachet will allow for a reduction of up to 20% of carbohydrates including dextrins. This allows for an apparent attenuation of between 98 to a whopping 102%, which you could simply never achieve with just yeast alone. LD20 has a neutral flavour and aroma profile to allow a beer's hop and malt characteristics to shine through. This blend has a flexible fermentation range that is recommended to be in the range of between 12 to 20 degrees Celsius or 53.6 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. DA16 is intended for producing very dry and flavourful fruity and hoppy beers that range from regular session strength up to 16% ABV. This suits dry IPAs, imperial IPAs and also brut IPAs too. Just like found with the LD20, this blend will allow for an apparent attenuation of between 98 to 102% for that bone dry end result. The recommended temperature range here is ideally between 20 to 32 degrees Celsius or 68 to 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Naturally, the higher you go will allow the yeast element to add more of those fruity esters. This blend is also known for its fast fermentation time, and at 24 degrees Celsius and above it is usual to see a full fermentation within 6 to 8 days. HA18 is intended for use with dry intended high gravity beers up to a whopping 18% ABV. It suits strong ales and barrel aged beers with a high intensity, and it is also well suited for farmhouse styles too. As you've become to expect now, the enzyme contained will allow for an apparent attenuation of between 98 to 102%. A key feature of this blend is its complex flavour expression that can offer a clove effect or a spicy flavour. The blend is also known for its fast fermentation time, and at temperatures between 25 and 35 degrees Celsius you can expect a full fermentation within 6 to 7 days usually. This is the equivalent of 77 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit and is also the recommended temperature range for H18. DW17 is for use with beers that are intended to be very dry and complex with fruity, woody and other subtle sour notes, putting this yeast as a great choice for specialty styles where something different is desired. The fruity aromas here have been likened to wine aroma. DW17 is also capable to ferment very high density worts, producing a level of alcohol of up to 17% ABV, and as we have seen previously, the enzyme contained will allow for an apparent attenuation of between 98 to 102% as well. DW17 has been characterized by beer panelists as the most aromatic of the all-in-one range in terms of intensity. The recommended temperature range here is ideally between 20 to 32 degrees Celsius or 68 to 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit. DW17 is also known for its fast fermentation time, and it will fully ferment out usually within 7 days at the lowest end of its temperature range, but at a higher end, a day or 2 can also be saved usually. Here is a look at the results from a sensory analysis study involving this new range of products conducted by Fermentis with a team of panelists trained on beer tasting. Tasting sessions were done blindly, and you can see from the results that each of these products has its own very unique profile. Some added notes from this study on each are that DW17 produces aromatic beers with a smoky and slightly acidic character. HA18 helps to develop phenolic notes with medium intensity, whereas DA16 develops a strong aromatic intensity that is very fruity. In contrast, LD20 keeps a neutral character, allowing the beer's grain bill, hops and other flavour sources to shine through. I am personally very happy to see that yeast companies continue to innovate and provide brewers with new products that offer easy-to-use options. Naturally, I am especially pleased when these new products are aimed at the homebrew market, as these are. I am now looking at each of these with new beer recipes in mind. Do let myself and the community know what your thoughts are within the comments section of this video. I do hope that you found this video useful, informative and interesting. If so, why not consider liking and subscribing? For further support, you can join the channel's Facebook group, and if you would like to support the channel, then check out the channel's merchandise store, as all profits go back into the channel. Until next time, happy brewing!